Hey everybody, what's up? It's NihonTiger, and welcome back to Mushroom Biome, I guess. This is, if you have seen my ruins of the Mindcracker 2 first episode, this is the intro area where I came to that had a trap here that was waiting for me to push, and then the pistons pull out from under, the blocks out from under here. So, to show you real quick, this is actually not part of the island. This is Mushroom Biome. I found this on accident. I didn't realize this was out here in this creative world. I should have guessed, but this was simply out here. I was going to use the mushroom blocks anyways. Still, it looks pretty nice. It looks like it actually belongs out in this world. So that kind of was a nice surprise. But let me show you real quick here. This is actually just a nice setup. It's a fake island, fake valley. It's just a set piece. So, probably wondering what's going on with this. So, if I push that, piston retracts, and then this piston will retract, and then something happens, and oh, I get teleported up into the sky, and now I'm in the magical magical heavens. The sun and the moon. Save me, moon! Save me, moon! So, let me just switch my game mode here so I don't die, and I can show you how this works. Let's go TP back down. Okay, so here we are. Alright, so real quick, let me go through how all of this works, and I'll need to kind of tear apart the side of the mountain here to show this off without getting it, because otherwise, if I break into the block in the wrong spot here, because this is all underwater, the problem would be that I might accidentally wash away some of the mechanics behind it. So I don't want to do that. But first, let's talk about this block here. This block here has a button on it with the push sign. So behind all of that is there's one redstone torch, excuse me. One redstone torch here, which when this button presses, flickers that on, off, and then back on. So this pulses, and it's really quick. And you heard that. I'll get to that in a minute. So that pulses that, and that's part of the trick. The other part of the trick is that there's a second redstone torch that's also being pulsed, and that hooks up to a line which comes down here and comes down, goes through these repeaters that are set to a 4-tick delay, and then that passes underneath the piston, so these do not interact at all. That's the reason I use the repeaters down there, is because that way those pistons do not interact. The redstone torches don't interact with the piston, and therefore cause me all kinds of aggravation. So, come on up. See, that's what I meant by the water. Gotta be careful. Let me flick that back up. So, that comes down to here, and this line goes down here to another set of 4-tick repeaters, and then it kind of comes over here to what I like to call a loop. This is like a long tick delay loop, and the only reason this is here is to give me a lot of time. And if you saw in the initial video, I was kind of making a little bit of proclamation like, "Ha, you didn't get me," and that the redstone pulse was actually coming down here during that same time. So I was just buying myself a time for a monologue. Really, that's all I was doing, and this kind of lengthens the time I have before this comes over to here, and this hits a redstone torch here. This is off in its usual state. This is all powered, so this is off. This one's on, and there's another redstone torch up here, which I can't break because of the way the blocks are set up, and that is set to off. So let's go back up and show you where that goes to on the other side. Okay, so like that. And this took forever to do. This actually took the longest part. The redstone didn't take so long, but the actual terraforming of the land here took forever. So here's where the piston pulls out, and this is just a straight drop into the void. And I'll explain why I teleport up as well. There's a very good reason why, and it has to do with the way the game works. So this is just a glass single chute down through the bedrock. And it's a cave. So there's actually a mine shaft down here that I haven't ever explored. And it's coming back up. Now this piston, this block here, there's normally a block there, that retracts because there's a piston back here that pulls it back. And that piston, I have to expose all of this. That's that torch I was talking about. There's a piston here, and the secret to making all this work is this redstone block right here. So let me show you how this works. This is just a regular old non-sticky piston, and normally when this is in the offset, so that this is actually over here covering this up, this redstone block is right there. And what that does, is this powers that piston right here. It doesn't power this one because of the way I placed it, but it powers that piston. And when the line is tripped, when this button is pushed, like so, watch this. There you go. That's pushed, and then you get teleported up. So I'm gonna have to TP myself back to where I was, because that's the third part. So I'll have to show that off in a minute here, how that works. But every time I had to reset this, I did this like 3 or 4 times to get the right fall. I had to manually reset it. Now, when this piston here pushes this block, it pushes it into another hole right here. And this, by the way that the redstone works, this will hook up to this line and power this line like a torch. So that comes all the way. Let me see if I can. Okay, so this comes all the way down here through another long set of repeater that add another delay. So what that delay does actually is gives me enough time to fall through the hole. Oh, that's not the right one. It gives me enough time to fall through the hole here, come out just to the bottom there, just here to the bottom. And the reason is because if I keep falling down there, you could do that. You could actually, I know there's like mods and stuff where you can keep falling forever, but the way the game mechanics work now is if you keep falling down there, no matter what your setting is, if it's, whatever mode it is, even if it's in creative mode, if you fall all the way to the bottom, you die. And I realized that as I was doing that, so I had to set up a way to give myself kind of an out. And the way I realized I could do that would be I use the command block to teleport myself 7,500 blocks in the sky. So, excuse me. So again, I'll show this off real quick. When I push this button, that is going to make this piston extend, so it will hook up to that line, and then that will come around here, and it will teleport me up to the top of the sky, and I have quite a bit of ways to fall. So, there's the moon again. So I'm just going to keep falling and falling, and that looks like I'm kind of in some weird dimension here, because the way it works is the skybox for Minecraft always has the sun and the moon in it, and just because of the way the planes actually like plane acts with the 2D, I guess the 2D plane, like the horizontal plane, games always has those blocks on top of it. You can't see below it. So basically, the sun is always there and the moon is always there. When it goes down below the horizon, it just kind of goes under the ground and it comes back up on the other side. So it looks like there's like a day-night cycle, but it's just the skybox moving around. Kind of actually, that's also actually kind of like how things work in real life. And I'm still falling, aren't I? I'm at 2,500 feet, so I've got a little bit of ways to go. And I should start seeing, because all this does technically is it teleports me back directly up from where the island is. So I should see the island any minute now. Should get down to about 200 blocks and should really start coming into view. And I'll probably pass through the clouds here in a moment. Here's the cloud base. That's actually land, and there's the island. So there we go. And there we go. And boom, done. Hi, zombie. But that's how that works. So it's actually a pretty complex little mechanism. And it took me a little bit to perfect it, but I think I'm pretty happy with the result. I think that intro went really well. So, oh, hi. Hi, buddy. How you doing? You just stay there, alright? So yeah, I'm pretty happy with how the intro went. And if you guys want to, I guess I can provide the schematics at some point if you guys are interested. If not, I hope it kind of helps you out if you ever want to do something cool like this. Because really all it is it creates an instant push here, which is your first block, and it makes people think, oh, that's your trap. But really the trap here is this block and the big hole underneath it. Like so. And then the teleporter is just a command block connected to a delayed redstone signal. And really that's all there is to it. It's pretty simple once you figure out how you want to set it up. And you can kind of set this up in any configuration you want. I just use this because I think it looks nice and looks a little more natural, especially when you're kind of down here. It looks like you can't really see over the edge, so you can't really tell that. There's nothing at all on the other side here. It's all fake. So thanks for watching. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time. I have a little redstone invention, creation, whatever. So as always, good luck, good mining, and make sure you have fun.